Google Ads versus Bing Ads. Which one is better? Well, it's actually now called Microsoft Ads, so it's a little bit of a different platform. They seem to love to follow along with what Google is doing. Google changed from AdWords to Google Ads, and Microsoft changed from Bing Ads to Microsoft Ads. Anyways, not the topic of discussion today. What we are going to get into is the difference between the two platforms and which one you should be using, or maybe you should be using both. Who knows? Let's take a look and see what's the main difference between the two. Now, as I was alluding to before, Microsoft Ads is sort of just copying everything that Google Ads is doing, which makes sense. I mean, Google Ads is a massive company. They make almost all of their revenue from their ads platform. And so they know what works, and they're investing a lot into what is working. And so Microsoft can just sort of follow along on the coattails and see awesome results. So in my experience, the major difference between the two platforms is just, it's a couple of different things. For one, it's the amount of search volume. So Google had like 70 or 80% of all searches are conducted on Google, which means you can put a lot more budget into ads on Google. So this is an example of a company where we put about $15,000 into the ads here and doubled I don't think this is accurate because this company actually does reoccurring services. So this is just first time purchases. But we basically doubled the spend first month, and then second month it's all profit, and everything after that's all profit, right? That being said, we were able to put about $15K into the ads here, and we were running them for a while, but comparatively we've only been able to put, granted these haven't been running for quite as long, but we've only been able to put about $1,000 into the Microsoft ads. And this is in the same niche, right? Same company. And it's just because only a fraction, maybe in the United States, it depends on the industry, but it's about 30% of the traffic goes to Microsoft-owned search engines like Bing, Yahoo, MSN, etc. So there's not, unless you're in a high volume industry, which this company advertises on a national scale, so all across the United States, which allows them to have a lot more traffic available to advertise to, a lot larger demographic. And so that's where we found things tend to work really well. Or just a big city like, you're in like New York or LA or Chicago or Houston or something. Phoenix, Arizona, for instance, you can find that even on a local level, there's enough search volume to get Microsoft ads going. So the search volume is a really big component. But the other big thing is that most people just aren't even aware that Microsoft Ads is a platform that they can use for advertising. Almost everybody knows about Google Ads in the marketing space or in the business space. And that's where everybody defaults to because it's the biggest, and that's where most people just go entirely, right? Because there's little competition on Microsoft Ads, you can get a much lower cost per conversion. The cost per click tends to be quite a bit lower. So like average cost per click here, 78 cents for the main campaign. This is advertising the same type of keywords on this. It costs $13 so per click, right? Massive difference. And it's because it's a supply and demand equation. So it's only so much traffic to go around on Google. And a lot of people want that traffic. So they're willing to pay for it. And they bid up the cost per click, and it just goes up and up and up and up. And so you end up spending, $185 per conversion per lead in this campaign, in this industry. It's going to be different for every industry, obviously. Whereas on Microsoft Ads, we can get those same leads and sometimes even better quality for more like $65 a lead. The reason it's better quality is because there's almost no competition, right? And Microsoft, the people that use Microsoft-owned search engines like Bing tend to be of an older demographic. So think baby boomers, right? People that buy a Microsoft computer and Microsoft Edge, which is the browser that's default, it's already set up on Microsoft computers, it uses Bing. And so they just buy a computer and they're using the internet and they're using Bing to do searches, and they don't really think about downloading Google Chrome and using a totally different browser with a different search engine and all of this technical stuff. Really, they don't care, right? They just want to find stuff and they don't really care what platform they're using. So there's very little competition, which means the cost per click is much lower. The quality of the leads can be even higher. The only drawback is that there's just not a lot of search traffic out there, right? So that's the only downside that we see. So what we've found is that if you are advertising effectively on Google Ads, it's sort of like a no-brainer to try out Microsoft Ads. And we have a specific way of setting this up. If you want to help, I'll leave a link below where you can reach out and we can set this up for you. But we can basically set it up on Microsoft Ads to get you even better results and just kind of grab some of that low-hanging fruit. It's basically a no-brainer. It's sort of like free money just sitting there, especially if you've already figured out how things work on Google Ads. Now, if you haven't figured that out, we can also help you out with that. So feel free to reach out there too. But that being said, we find it works really well to just maximize the search volume out there, get in front of as many people as possible. And Microsoft Ads gives us a really nice way to just sort of add a little extra on top when we're getting really good results with Google Ads already. So I hope you found that helpful. If there's anything you did have questions about in terms of Google Ads versus Bing Ads or Microsoft Ads, don't hesitate to reach out and just drop your questions in the comment section down below, and I'll be sure to get back to them there.
Look, if you're the type of person that just doesn't even want to deal with Google Ads anymore, then you can always reach out to me. My company is Missoula SEO Geek. I'll leave a link to my website down below, but we do manage Google Ads for different companies and different industries, and you can come learn about what we do, what makes us unique. You can even read some of the testimonials from some businesses that we've taken from 0 to over $1 million in revenue, like this one here, and really just see that this is the type of thing that's going to explode your business growth. So feel free to reach out. You can always give us a call or contact us through our website, and look forward to working with you.